Okay? Guys? So on the quiz, this question, if you can write it like this, there's a special name for it. It's called a perfect square trinomial. If you can write it like that, something, a binomial squared, that's a perfect square trinomial. That's a binomial squared also. Okay? So, the point I just made, do I really have to know this? No, but if you do, it might be easier. Okay? This is a trinomial. Because that's a 1, you just want to do it by inspection, right? What multiplies to 4 times 1? And what adds to 4? What two numbers? Yeah, 2 and 2. Okay? So if you got something like that, you don't need to know that's a perfect square trinomial. Okay, same with this one. But, does that look familiar? This guy, okay, again, we just saw this. What multiplies to 81 times 4? And what adds to negative 36? What two numbers? God, you guys are smart. Have you seen this before? Wow. Yeah. If you recognize this, let me read that in English, then I'll show you. In a perfect square trinomial, blah, 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 the first and last terms must be perfect squares, and the middle term must be twice the product of the square roots of the first and last terms. Got it, Alicia? In English, the middle term, if it is, let's do this in green, if that is twice the products of the square roots of the first term and the last term, is this middle term 2 times a times 2? Is this middle term 4a? It is. That's a perfect square trinomial. So all I'd have to do is go a plus 2 squared. Is this middle term 2 times the square root of the first one times the square root of the last one? Is it 2 times, this is 2x, this is 9. Is that middle term, 2 times 2 is 4 times 9, is that 36x?
Nope.
Yeah, ignore that. Yes, it is. All you have to do is go, what's the square root of that? What's the square root of that? And then because that's a minus, put a minus there and you're done. Okay? You might get 1 on the test, guys. So like I said, do you need to know this? No. Grade 11 for sure. Okay? You're going to get like 1 question. So don't worry about it. Can you still factor this without knowing that's a perfect square trinomial?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay? What two numbers multiply to negative 16 and add to 8? Is that even, oh, hang on. Did I give you one you can't even factor? Is that something I can do? Yeah, 4 times 4. Okay. So to get negative, to add to 8, that's got to be, oh, hang on. Hey. Oh, well, I don't know. Forget it. I'm not going to try to trick you. Okay? All right. Let me just look at one more, because someone asked me this in yesterday's questions. Think flow chart. Oh, wait a minute. My flow chart's right down here. At the top of your flow chart, it says greatest common factor. That's where you want to start. Is there something I can take out all these? No. Is it 2 terms? No. It's not a difference of squares. Is it 4 terms? Am I going to do this by grouping? No. It's 3 terms. That's a trinomial. Is A 1? Do it by inspection. Throw down a couple sets of brackets. What multiplies to 14 and adds to negative 9? But, yeah. Okay, negative 7, negative 2. What times what is x to the 6th power? What's the square root of x to the 6? X cubed, right? Remember, when you multiply with the same base, add the exponents. Let's check it. What's x cubed times x cubed? X6. Minus 7x cubed minus 2x cubed plus 14. Is that the same as that? Yeah. Okay. So I know you haven't seen one with nothing but a squared there. Okay, but you can still do it. This isn't that hard. That's just factoring by inspection. Okay? You could have x to the 10. What times what is x to the 10? x5 times x5. Okay? So you might get one like that. Lastly, I'm just going to show you one more.
What's on the test? Are we going to get any of the
First one? Perfect square trinomial?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one. Okay? Just one. What's on top of our flow chart? Greatest common factor. Is there something I can take out of those two terms, Emily? Alicia, stop abusing her. No. The next on your flow chart, try to stick this in your head. Is it two terms? Oh, look for a difference of squares. Is that a difference of squares? Can I take the square root of z to the 8? Yes, I can. Can I take the square root of 1? What times what is 1? 1 times 1 is 1, plus, minus. Am I done? Nope. Do I still have a difference of squares? Nice! What could be better, guys? I still have this. Is that a difference of squares? You can't do anything with this. Okay? But this is, do I know the square root of z to the 4? Z squared. What's the square root of 1? Z squared plus 1 minus 1. Now am I done, Alicia? Nope. Do I have a difference of squares? This question keeps getting better and better. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. Sorry, Emily. What's the square root of z squared? Z. What's the square root of 1? This is z plus 1, z minus 1. Now I'm done, skis? Is that German? Ah. What? You're just totally European. How many factors are there of this? 1, 2, 3, 4. If the question says how many factors, that's your answer. How many factors are there in 5? 2. That's it. How many factors in 4? 3 different factors. What goes into 4? 4 is divisible by what? Okay? That's a factor, that's a factor, that's a factor, that's a factor. There's 4 factors here. Okay? Practice it.
What'd you get there?
I got paid out of last class.
But did you get higher than 2?
Yeah.
Did you get 8? Did you get 7? 5? 4? Good job, Sarah. Okay.